There are quite a few reasons why you might see cracks in your raised garden bed soil. We have experienced two of the rare reasons in this past month, which I want to share with you, but there are two more common reasons, which I will cover first. The first reason is dependent on the content of the soil. If there is a high clay content in the soil, it can clump and crack as the moisture is removed. This is more obvious in hotter weather. Improving the content of the soil is the answer for this problem. A second reason for cracks is soil drying out. This applies to cracks forming on windy days as well, when the wind dries out the top layer of soil in the garden bed. More mulch is always a good answer, especially when wind is combined with heat. Adding a thick layer of mulch once your plants are established is one way to protect the soil and keep the moisture in the soil rather than letting it evaporate and create cracks. But what if you have some nice soil and you have a lovely layer of mulch? There are at least a couple other possibilities, and this is what we've experienced. The first one is your raised garden bed framing is expanding. To identify if this is the problem, look along the sides of the bed parallel to where the cracks are forming. As you can see here, the plywood sides have gone from crowning inward, which I intentionally built that way, expecting it to stay in place with only 12 inches of dirt, to bowing outward because I ended up filling it to the full 17 inches. If you discover the sides of the raised bed garden are bowing, you'll have to do some repairs to get the bed back into its original shape, and I will link to a video at the end which shows how I repaired mine. The second possibility is settling. When you first fill a raised bed, the soil is nice and aerated, just having flown through the air, but over time and with watering, it compacts down. If it is the same consistency all the way through, the soil will settle evenly. However, if it varies, let's say there are some logs or very seasoned firewood for a hybrid version of hugelkultur in the bottom of the bed, the soil is going to have some uneven settling, which can cause some massive cracks. Here you can see we had more cracks forming recently. We filled it in, but what you'll notice here is that along the outside, it's definitely lower. Lower here. Let's see if I can go from this angle. There's definitely a place where it's lower here and then it raises up in the middle. If you recall, there's a log right along here. You can see this trend over here too. We've dipped down. There's also a support beam right here. So this makes sense that there's not as much settling right in the middle where there's a support beam. Now, just to confirm this, I'm going to double check the measurement across. I know that this was 36 inches. I know the beam was exactly 36 inches. So it's not like the screws are coming out of the board here and it's getting loose. So that is definitely a check that you can do if you know exactly how far across it is, to know that this is not bowing out across either side. I am sure that this is not an exhaustive list, and I would love to hear if you've experienced different reasons. Please add a comment below. If you've discovered that your cracks are the result of your bed changing shape from a rectangle into an oval, check out this video. It is one way to fix it and some things to consider no matter how you fix it. Thanks for watching.